It is my CFFC broadcast partner and also the number 10 ranked lightweight in the UFC, Renato Moicano, who is fresh off a busy weekend with me. CFFC 132, CFFC Muay Thai 2. Man, you did a fantastic job. And Renato, I can't say how impressive I think it is. You're in your second language commentating fights. Talk to me, man. Is this becoming kind of a new passion for you to be out there calling fights?
What's up, John? Thank you so much for having me here. What's up, everybody? Yes, I like to watch fights. I like to, I'm not a professional like you. I don't have like a long time doing this, but I think it's just if you can like watch the fights and talk and like you at home, I think people like, right?
That's it, man. It's just two guys watching fights, doing what we'd be doing anyway, right? Or watching MMA.
Exactly.
I love it. Well, listen, it was a great weekend. I want to talk about you, but I want to ask real quick. Kyle Dawkins obviously had an amazing win, hopes to get back in the UFC, but I know the co-main event was tough for you personally, right? Emily Martins, you were, excited for her. You were very high on her skill set, and she got caught, right? And it just happens in this sport, unfortunately. So just curious if you had a chance to talk to her or anybody around her yet, and just kind of, if you've had any advice or what you think after a disappointing loss for her.
Very tough loss for her. I went to the gym today, and a lot of people were talking about that. And they were asking me, what did you talk when she got knocked out and this and that? And to be honest, I don't even remember. I don't remember what I say. But I saw her Sunday when I was leaving, and I tell her it happens, It happens to me before. It happens to many people in this sport, and you just have to absorb the loss and keep going, because I know she's tough. I know she's good. It's just a matter of time. She's getting better, and really it happens.
Yeah, that's the truth, man. Hopefully, she can move past. I know it's not easy, right? It's a devastating feeling when you lose like that, but it's just part of the sport, right? You got to be able to move forward.
It's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you're the favorite. You're supposed to go over there and dominate your opponent. But her opponent was tough. She was strong. You could see it was a first-round knockout, so we didn't get really to see her fighting, but it happens. She needs to get back to the gym and shake it off and keep going.
I love it. Well, obviously, Renato, we enjoyed having you, but you were getting put to work too. Some challenges were made, right? Pat Sabatini, maybe the grappling match. You guys, I saw the picture where you guys squared up. Eddie Torres is he's going to bet his designer jacket on the match. So talk to me, man. I know CFFC has to get the money together if you're going to be there, but if they can get the money together, what do you think of the chances? Do we see this match happen?
I think it's a good match. I think Sabatini, he's way smaller than me, but he has been competing for a long time, especially in jiu-jitsu. So if CFFC can get the money, it will be nice to compete, especially on the end of the year, right before Christmas and stuff. So I hope we can do this match.
I do too, man. I think it'd be a great matchup. I know you'll be trying to book a UFC fight in the meantime too. This weekend was the first time I saw you since UFC 300. You scared me, brother. You had me a little scared in that one against Jalin Turner, man. That was not an easy one. So I know you never want to be in trouble like that, but you showed your heart, you showed your character. So what did you take out of that win, knowing that, hey, man, you got tested, but you battled through it?
I think Jalin Turner is very tough because of the range, because how tall he is, but I adapt, and John Morgan, nobody fucking cares, my brother. So you just have to go over there and win. And this is what I did, this is what I did. And this is what I will do next time that I step on the octagon.
I love it, man. Well, we look forward to getting that book. Now, listen, some other things you were doing this weekend. You were cracking some Michael Chandler jokes in there. Drop a little Michael Chandler joke here and there. So what do you think, man? This situation, I know you're a fan of the sport too. You're an analyst on your podcast as well. So I guess first up, just what do you think about Michael Chandler with this fight being delayed? Is it time for him to give up this dream of fighting Conor McGregor?
100%. We don't really know. We don't really know what happened to Conor McGregor. If he really broke his leg again, it's going to be very hard to see him back on the octagon. And I don't know, man. I think it's tough, you know, because it's easy for me to talk shit. But maybe if it was me waiting for the Conor fight, maybe I would wait, right? But at the same time, you have to be reasonable. Like in 1 week, 2 weeks, if you don't know what's going on, you better try to get another fight, because Mike Chandler is old. He's not young. He cannot afford to lose time, you know. And I don't know, if it's a minor injury, probably they will change the schedule, because I know it's a tough schedule now to do a pay-per-view, but at the same time, if his leg is broke, he needs to find another fight, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. It seems weird, right? Because he's already waited this long, but I'm with you. Like maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks, a month until you know. And if you don't have a new schedule, like at some point you got to move on, right?
You got to move on. Yeah, and the division right now is, I don't know what's going to happen, you know. A lot of, especially this Chandler situation with McGregor was holding the division a little bit, but I don't know, man. I think he will wait for the fight. And if he waits like 1 or 2 more years, imagine that 1 more year to fight McGregor, this is going to be the trolling of the century, right? Because he's waiting, and I don't really know what McGregor wants of that, you know. If he wants to really compete, if he just wants to get back and do one fight. But one thing is for sure, Michael Chandler should not be waiting that long.
I tend to agree with you on that one. So I hope it works out for him. If it doesn't, if Michael Chandler does move on, is Renato Moicano have his hand in the air and say, hey, what about me? I'm ready?
Chandler doesn't want the smoke, Mike John Morgan. He doesn't want the smoke, but let's see what happens.
I love it, man. Well, hopefully we get things sorted out, both with him and with you. Since I got you here, man, let's talk about Robert Whittaker real quick. I don't think anybody didn't already have respect for that man, but taking Ikram Aliskerov this weekend, a good fighter. I know that you know how good Aliskerov is, but I don't think most people do, right? He's not a name that most people are aware of. So what do you think about Whittaker? Do you respect him for taking this decision? Do you think he's a little bit crazy for taking this decision? Or what do you think about it?
I think Whittaker, he knows like he needs to be active, you know. He's not young anymore. He needs to compete. And there was a big chance against Khamzat Chimaev. I think that was a very good fight. Everybody was a very anticipated fight. Everybody was waiting on the fight. And but like I say, I think he knows that he needs to put in the work. But that's a tough fight to get, my brother, because Ikram Aliskerov is very good. He is the only guy that Chimaev didn't take down. Solid takedown defense. Of course, Whittaker not going to try to take him down, but that speaks of Aliskerov wrestling. And we know Robert Whittaker is good at defensive wrestling. We saw that against Romero. We saw that many times and he, against Jacaré, against many other contenders. But in the end of the day, he's younger, you know. He's hungry. That's a tough fight to get in a main event in Saudi Arabia, especially him being muscling, you know. That's going to be a very, very tough fight for Whittaker.
What do you think? Man. Yeah, I think it's a tough fight too. Like I mean, first of all, my respect level for Robert Whittaker goes through the roof, right? To be able, because you know, an established former champion, he could just say, "I'm not fighting that guy. He hasn't done anything in the UFC yet." So for him to say, "Man, I'll take that fight on a week's notice," I have all the respect in the world. But I think there's a lot of people going in this fight that just don't know how good Aliskerov is. You know what I mean? Because they haven't heard him yet. It's a dangerous fight for Robert Whittaker.
Very dangerous fight. But big opportunity for Ikram, and it is what it is. I think like Robert Whittaker knows that if he didn't accept the fight, he would have to wait in training for another training camp and didn't get paid. You know, it's tough. It's just tough for everybody, and it's a very good opportunity for Ikram.
It is, man. Great opportunity for him. All right. Well, listen, I took several hours of your time this weekend, so I don't want to take too much. I know you're home. You want to be with your family. I do want to say, if you like hearing from Renato Moicano, of course, check out the Show Me the Money podcast. You, Gilbert Burns, Maddie Betts. And, hey, I hear we may be getting the crew to come to Tampa in July for a CFFC 133. Maybe we get everybody up there?
100%. Let's get John Morgan on Show Me the Money podcast. Let's do it live. Let's do on Tampa, CFFC, and let's talk about fighting, my brother.
what else would we be doing? We might as well do it on air, right? Have some fun.
Exactly, my brother.
Awesome. Well, Renato, it was great seeing you this weekend, man. You did another great job, man. Always appreciate the opportunity to work with you. Look forward to see you in July, and you look forward to hearing some news on your next fight.
Thank you so much, Joe Morgan. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's go.